Setting it up. It's setting it up. It's going. And done. Redirecting to Facebook Live page. That's it. Hello, everyone. We are here with our very first Soulmate Makeover show. We are all very excited. As you can see, we have many panelists here, but we do have two very distinguished people who actually are brave souls who volunteered to be our first hot seat people. So we are going to be playing the mirror game tonight, and we also call it Soulmate Makeover. And the point of the game is that you are going to see how to present yourself better as a feminine woman, as a high value woman, as a hard to lose woman, as a woman who has a deserving mind, and also as a woman who is opening space for the man to give. Why is it so important? This is Luba Evans, by the way. Put hashtag live into the comments, and also please tell us where you are coming from. All right, so why is it so important to know how to communicate with all of those qualities? It is so important because that is exactly what allows us to attract, filter a high quality man, and also to inspire him to commit and to be a really good, wonderful, high quality partner for the rest of your life. So those things are extremely important, and everyone has a blind spot. Even if you are a very distinguished woman, very confident woman, maybe you're a survivor, maybe you are an achiever, maybe you're an overachiever, and maybe you are an overgiver. And that still does not mean that you know exactly how to project yourself in the environment of the first date, second date, and honeymoon actually also, and especially the time when it is time to inspire a man to step up, to commit, and to propose. So whoever is interested in this topic, please put yes into the comment, put yes, I'm excited into the comments. And of course, if you want to be in our next show as a hot seat, please also put I want to be the hot seat next time. All right, and we'll contact you. Okay, my loves. So let me introduce our panel tonight. Very exciting. So our first hot seat is Marishka, who is coming from Holland, and it is 1 o'clock in the morning there. So what a dedication. Fantastic. Let's all send her some energy. This is what we do in our groups, Soulmate Codes groups. Yeah, that's how we send energy, because how else are you going to do it? Well, you can just imagine that some rays of light are coming out of our hearts. It's also happening. Okay, we also have another hot seat here tonight. It's Marie from New Jersey. So Marie also is very, very brave. Marie, hi. It's very good to see you here. Very good to meet you actually tonight. And I'm also meeting Marishka tonight. I also want to introduce our crew to you. We'll start with Anne-Marie, who is one of our coaches. Anne-Marie is a famous person in our community. So many of you know her. So you're welcome to put loves and likes and all of that for for that. I also want to introduce Amy, who is also a part of our group, and also she is a great master of divine decluttering, and so she's giving us some amazing workshops on that. And by the way, very soon we have a very exciting event coming up, which is called Magnetic Woman Retreat Online, and we're going to have 8 teachers, and Amy is one of those teachers, and she will be teaching that. So you're definitely welcome to check that out. I also want to introduce Natasha to you, who was also born in Russia like me. And here she is, and she's been with us for a while, and beautiful soul. So please welcome. Okay, my loves. So we are starting with Marishka. The rules are going to be the following. We are going to have 4 judges. And what we are judging on are the following things. Deserving mind is number 1. Did she do the date with a deserving mind? And right now, of course, we're going to be staging a date. So deserving mind is number 1. Number 2, leading with your feminine. Number 3, projecting high value, easy to lose woman. And number 4, very challenging, opening space for him to give. Okay, my love. So that's the bottom line. That's what's going to be happening. We are staging a date, and then the judges are giving their feedback on what has happened. I am going to be the last person to give my feedback on top of everybody else. And then our hot seat gets a chance to replay that situation. So this is a process of empowerment. This is exactly what we do all the time. We're empowering women to be in their deepest core, in their truth, and also in their elegance and tenderness and feminine. We teach women how to set great boundaries with strictness and love. And so let's see how that goes. All right. So Marishka, first of all, please tell us, so you have 2 minutes to tell us your situation. What is the biggest challenge right now? And what that situation is? What's happening with the guy in question?
Well, at this moment, we haven't had any contact for almost 3 months, I think. I haven't seen him 3 months, and I haven't had contact for 2.5 months. The situation was he didn't know. And at one hand, he said, yes, I like you, but I don't have the butterflies, and so on. And I felt he couldn't make any decision. So for me, it was very, yeah, how do you call it? I didn't know it. So I cut it off. But I got it off after 3 months of dating. So I have the feeling that this man needs some more time, and I will give him that.
Okay,
I don't
great.
know how to reconnect.
How to reconnect.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you some specific questions, because we need to know some specific information. Okay. Yeah. So you met 3 months ago. How did you meet?
No, we met a half year ago.
Half a year ago. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you meet?
On the internet. I never did internet dating, and because of Corona, I didn't go on vacation. So I thought, oh, what the hell? I'm just gonna try it. And after 3 days, he contacted me, and there was an instant connection, an instant click. So he ticks all my boxes, and I also tick his boxes. So yeah, it was very nice.
You mean you checked each other's boxes? You mean like there were things that both of you found important in each other's
yeah.
Okay, great. So so you met 6 months ago and you started communicating online. Have you ever met in life?
Yeah, sure. We
met in life. What happened?
In real life, we met. We dated exactly 3 months. So we texted 3-4 weeks, and then we did some water skiing and some climbing and some bouldering and some squashing. We're very sportive. And the second date, he kissed me and so on. And we went to the beach and we are cuddling and so on. And at one night, after 3.5-4 weeks, it was very hot, and we were outside my garden, and I put on the fireplace. I slept in my garden in a tent because it was too hot inside, because it was the middle of summer. And we started to feel each other, and I spontaneously dried up. I call it my Sahara momentje.
Okay.
My Sahara moment. Okay. And from that on, he was distant.
Oh, you dried up. You dried up. You had a Sahara moment.
Yes. Yes.
You weren't sexually turned on.
Yes, I was, but
so what happened with the dry? Oh, so some dryness happened.
Yeah.
And after that,
I think it was the excitement. I haven't been touched for 6.5 years now, and at that time it was 6 years. So when it just happened. It was too exciting for me.
How did that make you feel, that Sahara moment?
Well, I was a little bit in panic. I didn't know, because I was very turned on, but my body didn't respond on that. So I panicked a little bit, and I had a flashback 7 years ago.
Yeah, let's not go there. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. So let me ask you this. He started pulling away. Which way? He started calling less or texting less? What happened?
No. From that moment on, the next day, I felt he was physical distant. So he didn't kiss me, he didn't hug me, but he kept calling. He wanted to know me better. He kept dating, texting, everything.
Okay, and so what was that pivotal moment, the critical moment when the communication stopped?
That was 17 November, because I said maybe distance is a good idea, because I didn't know what to do. He said he wanted to know me better, and we did a lot of nice things, and he kept on calling, he kept on texting, he wanted to see me. And then we decided to be friends, and I said, okay, let's start friends. And then the next day I get a text message, yeah, I'll be thinking a lot about us. And so it drove me mad.
Okay.
It drove me totally crazy.
Yeah, so you haven't spoken for 3 months with this man after you decided to become friends. Okay, yeah. And now you want to get back with him, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go on, there are some things that I need to know, and we need to know about this man. Number one, what's his profession?
He works at a bakery store, so he sells nice sandwiches.
He sells sandwiches. What's your profession?
I am a gymnastic teacher.
Gymnastic teacher?
Yeah, I teach gymnastic for teenagers with problems.
Okay, wow, good, beautiful soul, angelic soul. Thank you. All right, so the next question is, in his profile, what was written? That he's looking for a long-term relationship, marriage, or like anything? Was any of this discussed?
Yeah, not discussed, but he was looking for a real relationship. But I knew when I met him, yeah, we see where it goes and no hurry. So yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it was not clear. So I've said that to him. You're looking for that, but you're saying something different.
Mm-hmm.
I've said that.
Okay, so this is important to know. And the third thing, what happened to his previous relationship?
He has had 3 relationships from all three years. So that's not a long time.
3 relationships in 3 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is his passion in life? Is his passion sandwiches, or there's something else?
Yeah, the relationships he had, there were 3, and all 3 of them were 3 years long. So
3 relationships for 3 years long. Okay, yeah. And do you know why they split?
No.
You don't? Okay. No. Another question, what is he inspired by? What is his purpose in life?
Sports.
Sports, all right. Okay, great. So it's sports. And what did you like about him? Give us 3 traits that you liked about him.
His sports, of course.
You like his sports? Okay, what else?
We also have the same music taste. He was a drummer in a symphonic metal band, and we both like metal. So that was very interesting for me. And yeah, the connection I felt with him, the way he was in the beginning with me.
I see, the way he was in the beginning. Okay, that's it. Wonderful. So please take a look at all of our panelists.
Yeah.
And by the way, I also need to introduce our star expresser, who comes from Albania. All right. And not only it's 1 a.m. there, but she's also not feeling so great. And she's here, and this is so beautiful, so wonderful. By the way, everyone who is watching, please put into the comments, what do you think about this situation right now before we started the makeover? What do you think? Can you relate to this situation? What do you think is happening? Okay, so now, Marishka, please look at our beautiful magnetic women here and choose somebody who is going to play out that guy for you. And what's his name, by the way?
His name is Ernst Jan.
Okay, Ernst Jan.
Call him EJ.
Can we have an easier version of his name?
EJ.
EJ. All right, EJ. All right. So who's gonna play EJ for you?
Well, can I pick Emery? I know her a little, so
yeah,
it's a little confident for me.
So
Sure.
wonderful. So now the first question to Anne-Marie is, Anne-Marie, do you have enough information about EJ, or do you need to know more in order to play him well?
So it sounds like he's sporty, like Marishka, and and you know that he said on his profile he was looking for a relationship, and then you know he might be telling her a little bit differently. I feel good. Marishka, is there anything else that
No
you?
more questions? No
No
more
more.
questions? Okay. It's like we need to make sure that you are clear how to play him. Okay,
Sure.
wonderful, wonderful. So now I'm going to ask our four beautiful ladies to take the place of the judges. Amy, leading with the feminine. This is going to be your department. Okay, so start writing things down about the mock date Spressa. You are going to be judging, leading, you know, let's say high feminine value. Okay, high feminine value. Okay, great. Natasha, let's take deserving mind. This is the battle that you already went through, deserving mind. And Marie, please take opening space for him to give. Okay, what's your opening space for him to give? Is that clear? Any questions? And so I also want to say that Amy, Press, and Natasha, and Maria are all in our programs, but Marie is new. So this is going to be also very interesting. So Marie, all you need to see is if Marishka was talking in a way that was inspiring the guy to give something to her, to invest into the relationship. Got it? Okay, fantastic. So Marishka, now, before we start playing, we need a specific situation. So we want to see how you're communicating with him. And the situation can be, you need to tell us where it's happening. Is it a restaurant? Is it a bar? Is it your house? Is it on the street? Is it on the beach? Wherever you want that situation to be, tell us the situation, and then we get started. All right?
So it has to be a situation who has passed, where I was in.
All right,
When
give it.
Okay. I've talked to him about the situation in the car a couple of times. So let's take the car.
Okay.
And what?
Am I
Okay.
driving? Am I driving or are you driving?
We're not driving. We parked.
Okay.
You put me at home. So you brought me home after a 40 day.
After what? After
a 40 day.
40 day. Okay, he brought you home after that day. And so, and that is the period in your relationship when he's already pulling away, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so how does it start? How does the conversation start? Does he start it or do you start it?
I started it. It.
That's it. So you're gonna start it now. All right, yeah. Everyone is ready. I would like to ask all of our viewers to put hashtag live into the comments. And also, I think all of our beautiful ladies could really use some of your support. So please put likes, loves, whatever you can. It's not simple to do what Marishka is doing right now. She is going completely public with very personal stuff, and people are going to be giving her feedback. It is beautiful. Of course, she's going to transform through that. It's an incredible decision, which I welcome wholeheartedly. And yet, all of your participation, all of your support is totally, totally needed. All right, that's it. We get started. Okay, so you have 5 minutes to play out the situation. Let's do this.
Okay. Well, we parked the car, and it was the incident happened 2 weeks ago, and I asked him why we don't cuddle and kiss anymore.
All right, so here's what you need to do, Marishka. You need to look at Anne-Marie, EJ, with EJ, and say, why don't we hug and kiss anymore? All right.
Yeah.
And so just play with whatever she says, because the truth is, it doesn't really matter if she's doing it exactly the way he's doing it. What matters is what you are saying and how you're projecting yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Now just start talking.
Okay. Well, can you tell me why you don't kiss and hug me anymore? I miss that.
Oh, I feel like we're getting closer by spending time together, and you know that I really want to get to know you better, like who you are.
Okay, the incident didn't spook you or something?
Well, I feel like when you were telling me about your past and how you haven't dated in 6 years, I really just I feel like I'm I just feel like not jumping into something so quickly, that I just really want to spend time getting to know each other, having this time to go out, have these fun dates.
Yeah, I'm on the same page, but we did kiss and we did hug before, so I don't know why that's gone. I liked it, and of course I'm also not in love yet, and that has to grow, and I know for a man has to grow also. So I just wanted to know if you're not scared or spooked away or something like that.
Well, I'm feeling a little like protective of you and jumping into anything too fast and moving too quickly. So I'm just feeling more comfortable if we can keep going out and having these times to talk and laugh and get to know each other, and then we'll see how our, we see how it goes from there.
Okay, I understand, but I deserve someone who's willingly go for the 100%. I just deserve that. So I don't mind taking time, and it doesn't matter how long it takes, but I will, yeah, I deserve someone who knows what he wants. So yeah, I need to, if that intent, if you have that intention, I don't mind.
Yeah, I have the intention to be able to be in a longer term relationship. I feel like this time we've had together has been, been so beautiful, and that we don't need to, to rush anything. And I do, yeah, I do feel a little bit like, I want to keep things moving slower, at least for now.
Okay, I understand. I don't want to rush anything, so that's good. So yeah, let's do that. I want to know you also. So, but I like hugs and kisses. So if you don't mind giving me that, that's okay. And if you say no, that's not the time, it's also good. But sometimes I just want to hug you or give you a kiss, if that's okay by you.
Yeah, I I feel like that is a good, that would be a good place to start. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Well,
And
I'm going inside. I'm going.
yes, and we can, I'll text you, because then we'll figure out to when the next time that we can get together is. Maybe I'll see you at the gym.
No, I do not fitness. So we have contact, and we will see when we're gonna meet each other again. So
Okay.
okay. Bye.
Hugs.
Yeah, hugs. Yeah. Well, I did that before.
All right. All right. Well, first of all, amazing. Thank you so much. This was so interesting, right? Was such a insightful conversation. All right. So Marishka, congratulations. You did it. You did the first one, the first hot seat. Really, really, it takes so much courage. All right. So now our first question is to Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, how did you feel as a man in this conversation?
So I felt like she was trying to get some information out of me, and I was in a place of like, okay, I don't want to move too fast, but I'm recognizing that she she wants to move things along, and I'm trying to, so I kept trying to state that I want to go slowly, so I felt like a little pressure to maybe be moving things faster, but I just, was trying to keep that place of let's get to know each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you felt pressured, right? You felt pressured, and did you feel like she wanted you more than you wanted her?
Yes, like I would have been fine with just, being more buddies, but I could tell that she wanted something a little more romantic.
Okay, got it. And knowing that you wanted something more romantic, how did that make you feel as a man?
I felt like I wasn't sure if I would be able to give that, so I was trying not to overpromise.
Thank you so much. It makes total sense, right? Okay, Marishka. So now we're going to go around and get feedback from all of our magnetic women. Let's start with Amy. Was Marishka leading with the feminine? And also I want to suggest that whatever feedback we give, we always at first start with the positive, okay? And then we can bring in our suggestions. Okay.
Okay, so I think it was wonderful what you did, and I was trying to put myself in the situation, and I think feeling anxious and anxiety and questions, I would have poured it out as you did, I feel. But sitting back, right, having a moment to just breathe. The first thing that I thought is when you asked him, why don't you kiss and hug me anymore? That would kind of put him on the spot. And the first thing that came to my mind is, how about the feelings, right? Because when we're in the feminine, we're in our feelings and feeling the emotions. So if I was in your situation, I'd maybe take a breath, sit back and feel, how am I feeling? I'm feeling a little bit sad because I was so excited that I love to feel you, take me and hold me and everything that you naturally feel with him, just for that expression to come out. And that I feel would soften that situation and allow him to kind of feel, right, to like make him feel good instead of making him feel, bad, why he didn't do something, because the man wants to give. So if we say, well, how come you didn't give me a kiss, give me a hug, he's already like in that energy, like feeling bad. So that's the first thing that came.
Thank you. Wow, beautiful, amazing feedback. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for also the way you were giving feedback was so feminine as well. Such a great teaching, such a great embodiment. All right, Marie, what do you feel? Was Marishka really wanted him to give something, but did she really give him space to give? Did she expect him to give?
What I would say that some sentences when she was saying, I miss that, hugs and kisses. So she's giving him space to go on from that she's giving like, I miss that, and he can like decide. And then she said also, I liked it that he could continue from that sentence that she started it. And at the end, she was laughing. So which was giving like she's happy that she had that conversation.
Okay. Thank you so much for that feedback. Was the feedback clear, Marishka, or you have any questions on this?
No, it's totally clear, and I figured it out myself. But this conversation was in my head for 2 weeks. So there was a lot of anxiety, and I didn't know how to bring it up. And I saw him that day and the weekend before. So, and then there was no physical contact. So the 2 weeks with questioning in my mind, why don't he kiss me? Why can't I get?
Yeah, so, we hear you. Oh my God, it must be very frustrating. Marie, thank you so much for giving your first feedback. Thank you so much. All right. Deserving mind, Natasha, please.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much for doing this, because it's just like it's huge courage, and you're just absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I do want to say that when you were saying, why don't you kiss me? Did I spook you? Like you sounded very desperate, like you want, like you really want this. And at the end, like you said, if you don't mind, I'll give you a kiss or a hug or something. Well, he didn't do anything, like he didn't deserve this kiss or hug, like so he should do something for you, like you deserve it, like, and he didn't do anything to I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous too. So it should be opposite, actually.
Thank you, Natasha. Exactly right. Why would you be giving him a hug, right? What did he do? Okay. He played some sports, I guess. Well, not good enough. All right, Natasha, amazing. Thank you so much for catching that. Amazing feedback. Thank you. Okay, Shpresa, coming in from Albania.
So first of all, I wanted to congratulate Marishka for her daring spirit to be the first hotspot. And also I wanted to say that whatever the feedback we might give, just know that we love you and we're your sisters, and we all have been through that in sometimes in our life. So just use this feedback to improve, not to take it personally or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So I had to judge I had to judge the high feminine value, and what I noticed were in the beginning of the conversation, you were not exactly projecting the high feminine value, because you went there with your energy like, why don't you kiss me anymore? Why don't you hug me anymore? Which is more like a low feminine value, because you are asking something from the guy. And a high feminine value woman, she would project herself in her queen energy, like, I'm here, I deserve it. As Natasha says, I deserve it, and you have to earn it. And not only why aren't you given, but even if you want so, you have to earn it. And so we taught this, we learned this in the program, of course, we didn't know. So then you mentioned the incident. Well, whatever a feminine magnetic woman does, Luba says always to us, whatever a magnetic woman does or says, it's gold. So we don't put ourselves in that kind of energy that we remind the bad stuff that we have said or something bad that has happened. You know, we just let it disperse and we continue with the good side of us. Okay, so also this. And you said in the other time, you said I'm on the same page when, like, for example, getting things slowly, I'm on the same page, but it felt like you wanted things to go more, you know, more faster, but you agreed that you were in the same page just for the sake of it. So this was too not that good. So, and I wanted, you said, and the one thing that was phenomenal and that was high value was that you said, I want somebody who is dedicated 100% to me, and I will wait whatever it takes to until that moment arrives. This was fantastic. I mean, this was really projecting that this is what you truly want and need right now, and that just let it settle in you so that all your energy can put, not only with your mind, but with all your feelings, and the energy will support this statement, because this is the high value statement, feminine statement. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Lots of love.
Thank you.
Amazing. You know, I have to tell you, everyone, my loves, that I didn't even know how excited myself I'm going to be to watch my students give this incredible feedback online, you know, in the public. That is also making my heart beat faster. So I'm so happy. Actually, everyone did so great. Okay, my love. So first of all, Marishka, yes, thank you so much for doing this. Of course, the most deserving thing that happened in that conversation is that you ended it, is that you actually took time after the conversation. So that was the most empowering, the most deserving. things that could be done better. Okay, like for example, okay, so this is what's happening. All right, this is what's happening. The guy is pulling away. Something is not happening. You're not feeling desirable. Thing number one, as my mom, who's watching right now, always says that, you know, if there is a bucket of shit, it's not necessary to eat the whole bucket to the end. You can just take one spoon and stop eating. And so
Yeah.
what that means is that there is no need to wait for a long time for this to happen.
Yeah.
There's no need to wait for a long time for a conversation like this to happen. In fact, the moment when you feel he's pulling away, here is the thing to do. Here's the thing to do, because you're going to be replaying this situation. So here's the thing to do. The thing to do would be to say something like, well, thank you so much for giving me space. This feels good. And I think I'm actually going to take a little bit more space, because, you know, there are so many people right now who are doing some interesting things, inviting me everywhere. And so, yeah, I guess this was kind of fun. Yeah, maybe I'll see you later. That's it. That's all you say in this kind of situation, because anything else, anything else, like questioning him about why he's not desiring you. So a man is not going to start desiring anyone just because somebody asks him. Desire doesn't work like this. Desire works exactly the opposite way. Desire works in the way, what do we desire? We desire what we don't have.
Yep.
Right? And here you are, this like, huh, here, give me, done it, right? No, if he started cooling off before, he's gonna cool off even more, right?
Yeah.
So that's one. Number two, yeah, I also love the way that Shpresa picked up on the word incident, right? So you're thinking about what happened, that you were dry, you had the Sahara as an incident. So let me ask you this. Well, here you are, and here's your body. Well, imagine that your body is a car and you came to a car wash. All right. And so you're teaching someone how to wash your car, and you're telling him, okay, so listen, sometimes my car gets dry here and you need to put some lube right here on my engine. All right. So instead of feeling ashamed of something that is happening with your body, especially its sexual response, what are you, God? Did you create that body? Do you remember creating that body? How can you take responsibility for that? How can you call it an incident? It's just something that happened. It can happen at any point in time to anyone. And what are we going to say about women, let's say after menopause, who are losing their libido, unless of course they're in a magnetic woman program, but still, like, yeah, all kinds of things happen. People have sex without lubrication. People have sex without you know, anything. There are all kinds of tools right now. Sex is about intimacy. It is about wanting to be connected. It is about wanting to be together. So second, of course, thing that could have been done better and should have been done better is that before emotional intimacy and before experiencing feelings, no sex should be even happening. Should not be happening. That sex was too early. It was premature. Okay, so next time what you need to say, and we're going to replay a different scene in this relationship, is the following. Once he start hugging, kissing, all of that hugging and kissing, that's when deserving mind comes in. And that's when you say, well, yeah, I'm a traditional woman. My heart is very precious to me, and I need to feel safe in order to open up. I need to feel like there is an emotional connection in order to open up and allow somebody into my precious body.
Well, I didn't want to have sex right away, but just a little touching, didn't mind. And I got it off a week and a half before. So that was too soon for me. So yeah.
Yeah. So there should be at least 5-6 dates where he's investing something into the relationship when he's already invested. And when he's invested, it's hard for him to just let it go. When he invested his time, money, resources, started making plans, started telling you how adorable, admirable you are, and how much he wants you. So the sexual pressure is being built when there is no satisfaction. The one who can hold the sexual pressure, tension, longer wins. Okay, so here you go. You came into a relationship with him, you gave it away very early, and then you came in like asking him for something. So this is definitely a recipe that is not going to make you super successful, but all the comments that you've heard now, absorb them, and let's replay that situation. Okay,
Well,
let's.
we had a date or 6, maybe 7 in the 3.5 weeks, because I had vacation. So we saw each other, long. Our dates were from noon till midnight. So there was a emotional connection.
There was an emotional connection. Okay,
Yeah.
and was he making plans?
Yep, every week when we when he put me at my home by the car, he always said, I will see you next weekend.
Okay, that's good. That's good. In that case, maybe getting sexual with him was all right. But the moment he started pulling away, so here's what a magnetic woman does.
Yep.
Magnetic woman does not reward men for withdrawing. Magnetic woman, on the contrary, when a man withdraws, she withdraws, immediately withdraws, and allows him to chase her by showing what a great life she has. And how easy it is to lose her. So let's replay. What I suggest to replay is not this particular moment, but the moment when for the first time you felt that something that something is off. For the first time, when he didn't kiss you, when he didn't hug you, the very first time. Also, by the way, there's one more little thing. The word spooked. Yeah, I also like that word. Yeah, what is this? What is this spooked? What are you, Halloween, like a ghost that he's gonna be spooked? All right, so one time you didn't have a lubrication. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Spooked. Yeah, like what did he say? A serial murderer?
Oh yeah, but I'm Dutch, and English isn't my normal language, so I have to think what other word I can use. Frightened, or
Okay. Another possibility to talk about something like this that happened would be a vulnerable share, which could happen right away, right after the moment when you were dry, and something to say something like, I feel like in my previous relationships, sometimes I was holding myself back and wasn't able to really express my desires and talk openly about intimacy. And I know, thank you so much for being such a wonderful guy. And I know you want me to be happy. And you know what would you like me to tell you what would make me even happier? And he would say yes. And you would say, well, if I could openly talk to you about things of this kind, is this something that you're open to hear? And then you can discuss it in a different way. Okay, then you can discuss it. But this is a little bit it's a little bit advanced. So let's just do that date when you feel that he's pulling away. And what are you doing? And by the way, there's one more thing. Magnetic woman always leaves first. All right. So make sure to close the conversation before he does. All right. That's it. That's it. Let's do it one more time. Marishka.
Okay.
One question, the date that he starts pulling away was, can you give me a little bit more context of?
Well, when I felt it at first when he pulls away was the next day, because he slept here. And we were woken up, and we were both downstairs, and I wanted to sit by him on his lap, and then I felt the distance, and he started the conversation then. Yeah, he said to me, that was a pretty heavy story you told me last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that, Marishka, that was a pretty heavy story that you told me last night about your breakup, and the time that's this past 6 years.
Yeah, I know. It's not for nothing that I've been alone for 6 years. I first wanted to build my life, rebuild my life. I was also depressed, so I had therapy for 2.5 years, and after that, I wanted to be myself again. So I wanted to build my life and know that I was ready.
I'm going to put a pause on this.
Okay.
So the feedback that we gave you had nothing to do with you talking about your diseases and depression, right?
This was in the conversation with him.
It doesn't matter. We're replaying it in a way that will be magnetic. Okay, so all of the feedback that you got from us, now you use it.
Oh.
That's the point of this whole show.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But
rewriting that story. How did that conversation? How was it supposed to go? Okay.
Yeah, back in the car. We can go back to the car.
Yeah, that's easier for me.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. That was a really beautiful day that we had together.
Yeah, it was very, very, very much fun. Thank you for today.
Yeah, you were amazing. You were amazing at the rock climbing. I was really impressed.
Well, thank you. You're not so bad either. So
yeah,
we do it again. There is something I want to talk to you about. I noticed that you are a little bit distant, and I feel that that's not good for me. So I wanted to ask you, why are you distant?
Okay, I'm going to pause it again. So Marishka, did you get feedback that you should be asking him why?
No.
Okay, what is the feedback that you got?
That I have to tell him that it's difficult. I think it's difficult for me. Yeah. The feedback I get is that I take my own space because he didn't stood up.
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you how to replay this. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm you. Okay.
That was a beautiful day today, Marishka.
Yeah, it was all right. Well, listen, I have so many things planned for tomorrow actually as well. Thank you so much for giving me space. I really need it. All right. Bye.
I'll reach out and I'll text you.
Okay. Okay, unmute yourself, please, Marishka. Yeah, that's it. That's the conversation. That's the conversation. So let's ask the man, what did you feel about this? What did you feel about this dynamics? EJ.
Well, I felt like I didn't at all have that, even though inside I was like, okay, I want to keep things more in the friend zone or be more friends. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, she's doing that. Wait, I was thrown off a little bit. Like all I could say was like, oh, I'll reach out. Like, yeah.
Were you scared to lose me?
Yeah, I was surprised after having such a beautiful day that it was like, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Okay, that's it. That. So now, Marishka, let's do it. You do it.
Okay.
You do it. That's the soulmate makeover. Let's do it.
Marishka, it was such a beautiful day climbing with you today.
It was wonderful, and I'm looking for tomorrow because I have also lots of plans for tomorrow. So, bye.
I'll call you.
Yeah, sure.
Amazing. All right. So everyone, what do you feel? I mean, let's put our thumbs up, right? That's it. This is how we do it. This is magnetic woman way. That's it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then let him worry, and you sleep, well. Okay. All right, my love. So this was 1 hour. I think maybe we should do Marie in the next show, right? And we can get Marie to we can get to know Marie a little bit better too before that show. All right. So everyone, please put into the comments how you like this show. who wants to be in the show, put yes, me, I want a hot seat. Do you see that Marishka, you know, didn't get killed? She felt pretty. How did you feel, Marishka? Yeah, you're good? Yeah, you're good? Okay, fantastic. Yeah, everyone is very kind, very nice here, very supportive. And Marishka, you've learned something, right? So what did you learn? Tell us, the last accord was the most important. How did you feel in the beginning? How do you feel now? What did you learn?
Don't talk too much.
Don't talk too much.
It's pretty simple. Yeah.
I mean,
I am a communicator, and at school I have to problems I have to solve or something. So I'm always talking with the teenagers, and
yeah.
this is not a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a teenager. And I want to tell you something else. Many women in commanding positions where they're independent and powerful and all of that, sometimes do those things. They start interviewing guys, like the guys are trying to get on, you know, to get hired, or women in positions like a coach, therapist, social worker, nurse. They're doing something else. We'll talk about that in the next show, what they're doing and how to handle that. So the next show is going to be the same time, Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST. Anybody else wants to add anything before we close?
I would love to say that, Marishka, you are amazing, and to really know that you had such a beautiful day, and that you have beautiful things planned the next day. It was just, it felt really good to see you like in your power like that. So
totally worked. And Marishka and Maria, I hope that you are going to sail with us further. We have so many good things coming up, like Magnetic Woman Retreat online. There is a way to purchase it at a super discounted rate, and there is also a way to get into the retreat for free, actually. So, and there are going to be 8 amazing teachers there. What do we have? We have Amy teaching divine decluttering. We have sensual belly dance. We have I wanted to call it Lazy Woman Pilates, but then I, renamed it into Magnetic Woman Pilates. We have tantric practices, tantric secrets. We have unleash the power of your voice. We have juju, your juju with color. And many of our magnetic women also teaching and sharing. And so our whole tribe is gathering. It's going to be on March 5 to 7. If you would like to inquire about it, please put yes, I'm interested in the retreat into the comments. We're sending you so much love. This was Luba Evans, Magnetic Woman Movement, Soulmate Coach Program. We love you all. Thank you so much. And with this, I'm going to stop the live stream. Bye, everyone.